As Donald Trump prepares to address a joint session of Congress, protest groups are gathering at parks, statehouses, and other public grounds to assail his presidency. According to Associated Press, outside the U.S. Capitol, a group of protesters supporting Ukraine were gathered, as well as protesters against the Trump administration. Trump is expected to lay out for Congress and the American people his plans for the weeks and months ahead after a turbulent first few weeks in office. Some Democrats are declining to attend President Donald Trump's address to Congress, and many Democratic lawmakers plan to wear blue and yellow ties and scarves to show support for Ukraine. The White House says Trump's theme is "Renewal of the American Dream." President Donald Trump says 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada will start Tuesday, sparking renewed fears of a North American trade war. According to Associated Press, he announced the coming tariffs at the White House on Monday. He says the tariffs are to force the two U.S. neighbors to step up their fight against fentanyl trafficking into the U.S. Trump provided a one-month delay in February as both countries promised concessions. But Trump said Monday that there was no room left for Mexico or for Canada to avoid the steep new tariffs. "If Trump is imposing tariffs, we are ready," said Canadian Foreign Minister Melanie Joly. "We are ready with $155 billion worth of tariffs, and we're ready with the first tranche of tariffs, which is $30 billion. Joly said Canada has a very strong border plan and explained that to Trump administration officials last week. She said the diplomatic efforts are continuing. She spoke after Trump made his comments Tuesday.
So first and foremost, our efforts are still ongoing. We've been in contact with the Trump administration, and the Minister of Finance, Dominic LeBlanc, has been in contact with his counterpart, myself as well. And meanwhile also, the Ministers of Public Safety and Immigration met with Tom Homan, the border czar of Trump, on Friday. It was a positive meeting, and we have a very strong border plan. We've invested in it. It is working. We're doing it for ourselves. And of course, it is part of the ongoing conversations we're having with the Trump administration. Let's be clear. If Trump is imposing tariffs, we're ready. We are ready with $155 billion worth of tariffs, and we're ready with the first tranche of tariffs, which is $30 billion, which is already known. So we are ready, And of course, I'll have the conversation with the Prime Minister when he lands, because he's coming from London. And I'm going into a cabinet room right now to talk with my colleagues about the Canada-US relation and of course the tariffs. We've done the work. We are ready should the US decide to launch their trade war. We will be ready. We are not looking for this. We're not seeking this. But at the same time, let's all remember, when President Trump is talking about imposing tariffs, it must be linked to what's going on at the border, because he has an executive order that is linked to the fact that there is a national security crisis. And so we know that's not the case at the border. We know we have a good plan. We know that we've invested in it. We know that we've answered questions that the Trump administration had regarding our efforts. And so in that sense, based on that, we're having constructive conversations, but I've said it to you many, many times, there's a level of unpredictability and chaos that comes out of the Oval Office, and we will be dealing with it.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan underscored his country's support for Ukraine's territorial sovereignty and integrity during an iftar dinner with ambassadors and foreign dignitaries in Ankara on Monday. According to Associated Press, Erdogan also said that a fundamental solution to the conflict could not be reached without either Russia or Ukraine at the negotiating table. Speaking at the event, Erdogan criticized Israel's handling of the ongoing ceasefire efforts, accusing the Israeli government of fueling tensions in the region. The Netanyahu government is resorting to every means to abuse the already fragile ceasefire agreement, he said. Erdogan added that Israel's security was not possible without an independent Palestinian state based on the 1967 borders. Erdogan also reiterated his recent claims on European security, arguing that Turkey's presence is essential to the continent's stability and relevance.
Teşrif edenlerin yanı sıra 16. kez güzel buluşmaya vesile olan Ukrayna'nın egemenliği ve toprak bütünlüğüne desteğimizi sürdürürken muhtemel bir çözümün ne Rusyasız ne Ukraynasız olabileceğine inanıyoruz. Ancak dünya beşten büyüktür şiarıyla verdiğimiz mücadele hükümeti zaten kırılgan olan ateşkes anlaşmasını istismar etmek için her yola başvuruyor. İsrailli bakanların Batı Şeria'yı ilhak çağrıları yetmezmiş gibi bir de Mescid-i Aksa'yı hedef alan kışkırtmalarıyla İsrailli yetkililer ateşle oynamaktadır. İslam düşmanlığı, göçmen karşıtlığı, ticaret savaşları ve İsrail bölgede istikrarsızlık üreterek kendi güvenliğini sağlayamaz. 1967 sınırları temelinde bağımsız ve coğrafi bütünlüğü haiz bir Filistin devleti kurulmadan İsrail'de aradığı huzura kavuşamayacaktır. Gazze'li kardeşlerimizi doğdukları, büyüdükleri ve uğruna hayatlarını feda ettikleri topraklarından söküp atmaya kimsenin gücü yetmeyecektir. Etnik ve dini aidiyetleri kışkırtarak bu ülkenin istikrarsızlığından medet umanlar hedeflerine ulaşamayacaklarını bilmelidir. Bölgemizin bir asır önce olduğu gibi tekrar yeni haritalar üzerinden dizayn edilmesine, parçalanmasına, ayrıştırılmasına müsaade etmeyeceğiz. Güney Kafkasya'da refah ve istikrar için Türkiye'nin hak ettiği şekilde yer almadığı bir Avrupa'nın küresel bir aktör olarak varlığını sürdürmesi giderek imkansız hale geliyor. Açık söylemek gerekirse Türkiye'siz bir Avrupa güvenliği düşünülemez. Dünya nüfusunun 1/4'ünü oluşturan Müslümanların artık karar alma süreçlerinde hak ettikleri şekilde temsil edilmesi gerekiyor. Birleşmiş Milletler Güvenlik Konseyi'nde veto yetkisine sahip bir İslam ülkesinin bulunması ihtiyaçtan öte artık bir zorunluluktur. Dikkatinizi çekiyorum. Zayıfın, mağdurun, mazlumun